I love this. So good. Hello everyone. I just wanted to share some thoughts really quickly. I'm still in bed, so if I look a bit, not put together, please just ignore that. But I just wanted this book, man. So this is called All That Is Made. And it's a collection of reflections, theological insight, very short essays, and lots of very gorgeous, very beautiful visual. So it says A Guide to Faith and the Creative Life. Now there's a chapter that I'm reading called Creativity as a Devotional Practice, which I was so excited to read about, and it's just really transformed my thinking. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I've been thinking about productivity for a very, very long time. And now I don't know, no, it is personality, and it's also how society works. I'm a very, very goal-oriented person. I don't like to do things without a purpose and without a meaning and without some sort of end that is quantifiable to me, and often that ends up with a very physical or visual result that can be proved and quantified by others. So it's difficult for me to do things for the sake of doing them, if that makes sense. And I think something that God's been speaking to me about for the last 2 days is learning for the sake of learning. And I like to learn for the sake of an output or an outcome. And I don't think that maybe that's not the best way, but I've always just been extremely practical in that kind of way. And that's, I think, personality. I was talking with my housemate about this yesterday. Why play a game if I'm not going to win the game? I'm playing to win. I'm playing to have fun, yeah. But the fun to me is winning as well. Why start running a race if I'm not actually trying to be the first one to finish the race? Why create a work of art if I'm not going to share it with people? Do you know what I mean? It needs to be finished, and it needs to be shared, and it becomes this thing of productivity. And I think there's great stuff in there, because I think purpose is so important, and I think purpose is so important. And like understanding how my purpose relates to God has kept me in such peace. Especially in this third national lockdown we have in London at the moment. Like, I don't feel demotivated or upset, because it's like I know my purpose. I know I'm created. I know that I'm on a journey to learn things, and I'm going to come out even stronger. And so I feel really, really good. And so I think purpose is important. However, what this has been saying, which I think is so powerful, I really love this here. We place enormous amounts of pressure on ourselves to be world-changing or to make art productive. But we can only really do what God has created us to do: spend time in his presence. And I was just like, my goodness, if we see God as the end to the means, and not productivity as the end to the means, that transforms our entire thinking. What is productive? We're like, we want to be productive, but actually this new line of thinking is actually, if you turn up to the page day after day, if you go to dance class, if you create, if you make pottery, if you write poetry, and you just turn up and you do that practice, each time you do that, that's a devotional practice. Each time you do that, that is enough. That's what you were meant to do. You're there spending time in God's presence. You're answering this innate desire that we have to create as created beings. Like, we're created to create, and we're made in God's image. And God shows us very clearly that one of his images, first image that we see of him, is as a creator. In the beginning, God created. It's the first thing we see him do. And so we're responding to that innate desire in us to create. And so that's the end. This end to create with God, through God, and for God is the end, rather than just this churning thing of productivity. And that's very helpful for someone like me, who loves productivity. And I love reading self-help books. I'm reading The Power of Habit at the moment. It's really good. And I love, how can I improve? How can I be better? How can I get things out faster? Obviously still to a high quality, but I think, again, it's been very quantifiable, and actually it's not everything that needs to be shared. And one thing I really love watching on YouTube are productivity vlogs. I was just thinking yesterday, or I think this morning, oh my gosh, why are there so many productivity vlogs? And like, to be honest, fair enough, that is me in that space, in that sphere, seeking out those videos. But I do also think it's a societal thing. where we want to be seen as productive because we feel like we need to earn our right to be on this earth. There was another line here about that. It says here, we feel like we must somehow earn our privilege to exist, which is wild. And so that's why we're productive a lot of the time, out of fear, out of a sense of unworthiness, out of a sense of like, we know that we're not enough by ourselves. And so we find external things to bring us joy and to try and bring us hope, and it's not enough, so we keep creating more and more and more, and that fuels anxiety. And then it's just you know, it's just something that I'm thinking about, like allowing turning up to the page to be fulfilling in and of itself as well. And that doesn't mean don't share things, but it means, you know, when I was a kid, I remember the joy I wrote, and this is a question that was in this chapter, the prompt of why did you start creating? Think about the end and think about the beginning. Think about what stops you from giving up, and think about why you started creating art. And why I started creating art was the pure joy of it, in terms of I thought, oh wow, I said I would lie down for hours and write stories on just sheets of A4, page front and back, and actually I don't think I shared them with anyone. I didn't think it even came to mind. I didn't need to share them with my parents because I was like, I love this story, man. And then, you know, yes, I would share some stories. In school, they'd be like, wow, that was a great story, Nikki, like write more and and I would share them, and I'd have such joy sharing them. But when I really think about it, it didn't come from a need to impress people. It didn't even come from a need to share it with people in the first place. I think it's good to share our art, I'm just saying. It actually came from this desire to have joy in it. So yeah, I was just really thinking about creative practice. And over these next couple of days, it's Valentine's Day weekend, and I just want to take time to just be joyful and be creative and to be quiet and still. And I am going to vlog and just share some things that come up, but just from a place of, I think, peace. And if I don't need to vlog something, I won't vlog something. And I just think I want to spend time with God and just soak in his presence, you know. Just dropped my hairband. It is a really beautiful day outside. I'm in such a good mood. Yeah, I'm in a very different headspace after doing that work, because I was very much feeling, oh, I could just lie in bed all day and just read, and that's really what I wanted to do. And now I'm very much in a different headspace where I want to go outside. I feel a bit more active, so I think I'm going to do that. I actually haven't left the house properly, like for a walk, for an extended amount of time in a few days, and it really impacts my mood when I get out and go for a walk. So I think I'll go for a walk. I also need to buy some groceries. We've run out of groceries now, and maybe just cook, because I like to cook and bulk cook for the week, and typically I do that on a Saturday or Sunday, but I'm trying very much to do that more on a Saturday and have more of a Sunday, less of like a self-care day, but more of like God's day, rather than making all about me, which for some reason you can start off trying to make it about God and very quickly make it about you, and it just becomes a whole self-care extravaganza, which I'm not saying self-care is bad, but for me, I know I need to consciously sometimes be like, okay, where's the focus now? Let me, because I've really said Sundays were for God, but really I've just made it about me. I'm back. And I'm tired, man. Oh my goodness, that shopping trip took me like 2 hours. I don't know if anyone cares, but I'm going to show y'all what I got, because I really enjoy watching people's grocery hauls, because it gives me ideas of new things to buy and try. So I get recommendations. Okay, so first things first, as I pack away: tomato, lemon, onions, pro yogurt. I feel like I get this every time I go. Oh, stay tuned to the end for some special like Valentine's Day stuff. Falafel, sweet chili, chives in a pot for a recipe that I'm trying, so that's exciting. Curly freaking fries. These are cheddar deli rolls. Got spring onions because I'm gonna make some ramen. Udon noodles, and then medium noodles because they only had one more pack of udon noodles, which is sad because I love udon noodles. They're really like the thick ones for the ramen, but I guess we'll have 2 types of noodle in the ramen. Some soya, oat milk. I drink milk ridiculously fast, not even just like as a drink. I just have a lot of cups of tea, and it like this is usually done in like a week. Peppers, 2 avocados, thanks. Tofu. They didn't have the other one that's really nice, but we just got the plain one. It's fine, we'll season it ourselves, it's cool. Pomegranate. Oh my goodness, I bought this for the first time last month. It's so nice. Vegan mayo, Sainsbury's, guys. Some frozen fruit. Muesli, which I'm hoping will last longer than I usually buy other muesli, and it's so delicious that I eat it so quickly. Rigatoni, sweet corn, carrots and oranges. Alpro dessert, it is delicious. Fruit and nut mix. Cucumber, celery, baby sweet corn, which I don't really like unless it's in my ramen, and then it's delicious. More avocado and pak choy, or bok choy. I thought it was bok choy. Also for ramen. Apple and mango juice for drinking. Olive oil not for drinking. Basmati rice and British Savoy cabbage, which I'm hoping will replace green cabbage, which I'm hoping will replace. There was the name of a very special Chinese cabbage that was recommended in my recipe, but I don't think Sainsbury's has it. So we're here with British Savoy cabbage. It is green. We'll see. Because this is the day of love tomorrow, and I just want to have a little bit of rest, we have 2 children's bubble bath mix because, okay, here's my logic. A bubble bath for kids should be really good bubble bath mix, right? Because it's for kids and kids love bubbles. Having said, oh, you don't, you prefer the shark. Wow, you're gonna zoom in on the shark. Okay, because you know, oh well, celebration. I got myself, oh flip, no, not the fruit. I got myself passion fruit martini, which I didn't know that they sold, and delicious. And then also I got some black raspberry liquor. So we finna turn up on Valentine's Day, okay? I'm joking, I am joking. C'est fini. That is all. Whew. Now to actually pack these away. Oh my goodness, okay. Okay, because look at it. Look at this. Wow, hot dang. Let's do it. I'm so tired, man. I'm so tired. I want to sleep, but my friend said he was going to call me back in an hour, and if I get in bed right now, I will be asleep, and we've been trying to call each other, so I'm so tired. My body, I'm just physically tired from the shopping. Oh, it smells delicious. Just love the smell. Oh, that's actually quite nice. This reminds me, this is giving me Alice in Wonderland vibes. So cute. Oh my gosh, I'm just so grateful. I was writing down some thoughts because yesterday I had this revelation about productivity versus fruitfulness, and this idea that I don't want to call what I do productivity anymore. I don't want to try and be productive anymore, which sounds counterproductive. Yeah, and so, but I didn't write it down any of those thoughts yesterday. It just, you know, embodied them. And today I was even reading a different chapter in the book, and I thought, oh yeah, I had that thing. Let me just write down some thoughts so I don't forget them. And it's turned into a whole like, wow, a whole like page and a bit of notes that are so just deep and profound. And like, guys, God is so good. Like, everything is in the word. Everything is in the word. Sometimes you have to take the time to sit down and read, but God led me twice to the same verse in different chapters. I was looking for another verse about tree and fruit, and he took me to Matthew and to Luke, which were two basically of the same verse, and just about fruitfulness, and just really confirming for me everything that I've been thinking. And not even just confirming, just concretizing, like really just giving me foundational wisdom on this. And I just think it's so beautiful. And I think productivity is just very neutral. It can be good or bad. The end is the product, and that's it. Fruitfulness is more of a byproduct of a healthy system. And you know, here I've got a bad tree bears bad fruit, and a healthy tree cannot bear bad fruit. And it's like, actually, if we have a healthy ecosystem, if we have a healthy system within us, and I believe that's spiritually first and foremost, I believe that's physically, if we're actually looking after ourselves mentally and in all the ways that we can look after ourselves, and each person's situation is obviously different, then we bear good fruit that is healthy and that is regenerative and that is sustainable. Because I feel like the system of productivity we have today is not sustainable. We have this system of capitalism. We have we mine our resources and we work ourselves to burnout. And you know, when we look at the climate change movement, it's a cry out against working the earth to burn out. This idea of just going relentlessly. And which is so funny, because I woke up this morning with the song Your Love is Relentless in my head, and I actually wrote a poem the first thing when I woke up this morning, which it's not, I mean, I wasn't really awake. I'll read it out to you. Your love is relentless, your love is not weary, your love does not sleep. Your love holds my day, your love shaped the moon, your love placed each star. Your love stays the same, your love forgives sins. In love were we made, from ashes to ashes, dust to dust, from you and straight back, from love to love. Yeah, I just feel really good. I feel really peaceful. It's quite early in the morning. I never wake up this early on a Sunday unless I have somewhere to be. When I wake up early for no reason, because I can sleep, I see that as God waking me up and being like, spend time with me. And I try to do so. And it's just really cool how much I'm getting out of this book, guys. I'm really excited. I have a whole blog post here and a whole video here, which is so cool. It's the day of love today. So much of what I've been writing about, this like love poem I wrote, I'd forgotten it was Valentine's Day, honestly, until halfway through. And then there's this beautiful quote here about work, and it says, work is love made visible, which was in the book that I will link down below. All is Made by Alabaster. There you go. So yeah, I'm gonna continue reading. I'm gonna get some breakfast now because I'm hungry.
Again, just by isolation, by the unknowns. And a lot of people, they're not well in their soul. But I believe, just like David, that you can declare this year, he restores my soul. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days.
So this is a facial steamer. How it works is that you fill it up with water and then you fashion it together, and then you wait for the water to heat up. You wait until the steam starts emitting, and then you use it, and it opens up the pores in your face. It feels very, very bougie. Oh, very bougie. Really light, but it is steaming. I just don't think you can see it. But it's steaming, I promise. So then you turn it down and then you stick your face in it. That's what we're doing. Good evening. I can't remember when I spoke to you last. I think it was when I was doing the face steamer. Anyway, since then I just had a nice chat with some wonderful ladies, some good friends of mine from my Connect group, which was lovely. We just thought we'd have like a quick just jump on Zoom on Valentine's Day. So that was really nice. I love meeting with them. I've had a pretty relaxing 2 days. I don't know why it feels so full. I don't know why I feel so exhausted. I think I'm just gonna watch some vlogs and I'm gonna go to sleep early. I think that's what we're gonna do. But anyway, see you later.